Hello and welcome to this week's video. Today's video, tonight's video, it's 10 p.m. I don't plan these out super well in advance. We're going over this idea for a game that I'd love to play that doesn't exist. Maybe I'll learn how to make games and maybe I'll make it. That's probably never happening. Who knows what the future holds though. So I pulled up MS Paint. I have these notes in front of me for some of the stuff that I wanted. So I need yeah, that works. This entire thing's gonna be scribbles. If you try and get anything else out of me, I'll eat your soul or something. Okay, so here's the game, right? Here's the game. We're talking like third person MMORPG. Not combat isn't going to be like traditional MMOs though. It's gonna be a different thing. It's not going to be the 8 bajillion skills that you map to your entire keyboard. I want it to work kind of like Monster Hunter, where you just kind of have your flashy combos and skills. I mean, that's how the melee combat would work. But yeah, that's why I divided this into two things. We got melee combat here, and we got magic combat here. This is the core of how the game works, right? On the melee side, we have, insane. That's not how things work. I could just use the text tool, but yeah, you're gonna have like insane combos and stuff. But it's gonna have like a really high skill ceiling, but it's gonna be like super hard to learn, right? Because you're getting up close and personal. You're fighting with all different kinds of weapons. There's gonna be a shit ton of weapon classes. That's fucked up. 1 second, this is important. Bunch of different weapon classes. They're all gonna have their own combos and stuff. You'll have like weapons with specific skills and things like that. Super high skill ceiling. Combos are going to be super complicated though and difficult to learn. So that's melee. That's melee. It's all about combos. But you're not going to have access to any of the insane flashy area of effect, massive special effect, fire, poison, ice, whatever stuff that magic does, right? Right. That's okay. So that's basics melee. There's more stuff. We might come back and write stuff here later. Magic though. Magic is where shit gets wild, right? So magic system is basically gonna work where you have these like mods that you slot together to create magic spells, right? So it's gonna have like the name of the magic mod. Mod is a placeholder. They wouldn't be called mods in game, but we'll just. So this is the name of the mod. Then it's got like a description, whatever, a little thing over here for like the affinity or anything like that, school of magic, whatever, there. And you slot these mods together, right? And you'd have like a core mod that does like, oh, this one heals, this one damages, this one's a ranged spell, things like that. And that would go here. And it would have like the school of magic in the center of that circle. And every mod you slot in after that is going to add a circle to the magic, right? And so super high level expensive spells are going to have these like super complex magic circles, right? It's going to be super cool. But, very big but, each mod is going to have like cast time and cooldown. This is the worst writing I've ever done in my entire life. We're gonna... I hate writing with a mouse. I need a drawing tablet. Cast time and cooldown. These are the important balancing pieces for the magic system, right? These are important. Every mod has a cast time and it has a cooldown that gets added on to the spell as you add more. So if you have super complex spells, they're going to be way longer to cast, way longer to cool down. But if you have like a basic spell that's like fire or whatever, and it just shoots a firebolt and it goes like yo, that's gonna be like super quick, super easy. That would be like your primary attack spell, right? I like your silly little illustrations. I'm having fun with this. But then if you have something up here that'd be like a fucking time stop spell, that'd be like super long. I'm talking like multiple minutes of cooldown, maybe even up to like a full minute of cast time, right? Yeah, right. Is that in my notes? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Um, here's the other important bit. It's gonna be kind of like Destiny, where there's like a PvE and a PvP system. We'll divide that right here. Now PvP is gonna have nothing off limits. There's not gonna be any banned spells, no banned weapons, nothing like that, right? But in exchange, if you use some kind of global spell, like Time Stop, right? Time Stop is incredibly powerful, and it would kind of suck to have it used on you in PvP, but it would be super impractical, right? It'd take like a full minute to cast. You'd get like global spells, would have like global alerts, and everyone would see where you are. And so that would kind of shift the direction of combat, right? Instead of working towards your normal objective, like, I don't know, capturing a flag, capturing a point, killing the enemy team. If you cast Time Stop, all of a sudden, it's like a win condition, right? The entire focus of the game is going to shift to your team protecting you while you try and cast it. I have thought about like quick time events that would let you cast spells faster. The thing about that is though, if you get really good at those, you can cast spells really fast. That just makes them kind of broken. And I like that skill being part of it, but also at the same time, can't have that. That's a big no-no. There's nothing in the game is gonna increase. That's not the word. Is gonna decrease cast time or cooldown. Those need to be absolute, so that everything stays balanced properly. You also can't move while casting spells, unless you have like a specific mod for it, but that's really only something you would put on like your primary attack spell, right? Actually, you know what? I need to change my notes. We're gonna, yeah. You would be able to move while casting spells. Just one spell. You're literally, if you have a spell that is only one circle and has no other mods, that you would be able to move while casting. What else do we got? What else is in my notes? Everything in my notes is really just about the magic system. I want to talk a bit more about this over right here, right? Super high level combos, high skill ceiling, everything's super difficult. Now you might be thinking, oh, what about like, you know, tank rolls, support rolls, things like that. Support would be covered by magic. Tank rolls would be melee. But, important thing is, dang, I did not plan out this video well enough. A tank roll in battle would probably be a melee class. I'm thinking probably, I don't know, like big hammer and shield. You might be thinking, what about like armor and stuff? What are we thinking for like armor classes? Armor. I swear I had this in my notes somewhere. Oh, you know what? I bet I do know where it is. We're moving this over here real quick. I have it in a Google Doc. Let me pull up my Google Docs. I really should have condensed my notes better. Where the fuck is it? Here. Oh yeah, this is 4 pages of notes right here. Here we are. Okay. Armors would mostly be fashion. If you're gonna be like a tank or something, you'd like spec into those stats. But here's the other important thing: is I don't want stats, I don't want levels to be like the end all be all, right? I don't want higher levels to be like, oh, all of a sudden you have an absurd amount of health and regeneration, you're impossible to kill, right? That's a bit silly. Levels would be about getting abilities. So if you wanted to be a tank, you'd go down the like tank skill tree and you'd get like another active skill or something like that that would give you access to like a defense type ability. Things of that sort. The big thing though, the big thing is gonna be like the weapons you choose to use. Like hammer, slower and heavier hitting, right? That's how it goes. That's always how it goes. Stuff like that. I think that's fun. Where's my other stuff? Right. I imagine. Oh damn! I put a bunch of stuff in here about like world building too. I could make another video about that. Maybe this is just a video series I make. That'd be fun. Right. I'd also want to have like customization for the magic, right? In the base system, it would look like magic circles, but I think it'd be fun to also be able to choose like, hey, you can cast it from like a book. You can just shoot out the blast without the circle. You can have like a crystal ball or a staff or a wand, things like that. If I were to make a game like this, I would want it to be entirely about like creating a character. I have other things to say. God, I really should have just used this fucking Google Doc instead of my notebook. Where the fuck? Right. I have so many notes. Okay, you know what? This is going to be the end of the video for today, right? We've gone over the basics for the magic and melee system. I'm going to create a video series on this. I'm going to make it a playlist on my channel. We're going to go over more of this stuff. Oh, right, PvE. There'd be like raids and dungeons, standard MMORPG stuff. Anyways, bye. See you next time.